customs, outlaw customs. From the fastest cars to the wash low cars. From the Wild West to outlaw custom cars. Diecast Inc. underground street scene. Benedict's right, street art, 3 Inc. Diecast 164 skill on wheels, real steel, outlaw customs.
Hello boys and gals and diecast lovers and Hot Wheel collectors. Here in this special edition of Outlaw Custom, we'll be presenting to you this Honda SI Color Banana. For you to enjoy this beautiful diecast, we're going to be teaching you a few tips on how to make splitters and my favorite one that I haven't tried. We're going to install a turbocharger on the hood, and let's see how it turns out. So follow along as I will tell you this tutorial. Yeah, here we can see that it was made for McDonald's, for the McDonald's Corporation. So this will be an interesting one. I bought this one on eBay for real dirt cheap. Now we're gonna drill here and here. We're just gonna chip off the little tips so we can put it back together with pressure, not screws. Here we can also admire the vehicle torn down apart. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. The carnage, the savageness of this vehicle torn apart. Look at that. Here we have wheels of steel and Honda. Here we have the car painted in white. I usually use paint stripper, but this time I decided to skip it because this paint of white cheap wasn't really doing the job, so I thought I would glitch out the system, which it didn't work out. But here we can admire the color white with a little bit of yellow sticking out, but it's okay, it's a project car. Now this part I really didn't show much video because it's up to the person customizing the vehicle what you want to put in your car, detail, paint. So not everybody's an artist, but we all can try. As you see here, I am not a pro artist. I'm just doing here little doodles here and there. But it's up to you if you're a really good artist. If not, just put a little smiley face and it should be good as JDM Motorsports approved. Here's the one. I use Rust-Oleum gloss, and don't use that color place. Don't use that spray paint right there. That's white. It says fast dry. Yeah, I don't recommend that. That shit's trash, garbage. Not recommended. Trust me. This is what I use for detailing. I use this little Sharpie. Look at that. Fine tip. But it's not really. How should I put this? I tried doing detail, but it's really hard and complicated to do little graffiti designs on it. Like, I don't know, somehow you gotta get the right clear coating because it smears off, and once you spray the clear coat and it will fade out. But you know, unless you're gonna leave this as a display piece somewhere where it won't be bothered, it will look amazing. Other than that, honestly, it will just fade out. But here I'm just showing you my mistakes and, you know, trials that I'm doing here. I'm learning as I go, so I'm no professional, but here's my little Bob Ross wannabe technique on this beautiful canvas, which is our SI McDonald Honda Civics. Look at that. You can see to the left, you can see my first Honda Civic I did, and to the right, you can see my project I'm working on, and all the way in the far deep right, that's going to be the next project for future projects of Outlaw Customs. Now here we use another Sharpie. I use this one that looks silver, gives you that effect, and I can do decals on the windshield. Pretty good, right? Like I said before, the Sharpies can smear off, and it's kind of hard to clear coat over them, but you know, it's worth a try. You know, like I said, you gotta experiment with different types of clear coating, and you will see which one works for you. Here we have a black Sharpie, like I said, detail some of wannabe carbon fiber slash just simple design here, here, and here. Here's where I decided to practice some acrylic paint. For some reason it works better for me, especially when I use my clear coat. It doesn't seems to fade out because I used red Sharpie before it. Yeah. Now for the fun part is drilling in the bonnet slash the hood. This is where we will mount our turbocharger. It will look really amazing. Once you have your hole, you're ready to put it in. We'll be using this aluminum rods that look like straws to make some shape for a little bit of exhaust on the side and to build our little turbocharger. Look at that. Just make sure you cut them to whatever size you want. Now here you can see the turbocharger already built and installed. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful. Ah, yes. Turbo Yoda will be proud of this one. Now, even though that everything doesn't seem too perfect, it doesn't matter because we're just practicing. We're just developing new skills. Now here you can see that the turbo doesn't look too bad. It's just putting one small rod in the bigger rod and cutting it out. Now with so much power in the engine, we need to make some splitters so your car doesn't go flying out like some kind of jet engine. So here we'll make some aerodynamics. We will use the Sharpie to take some notes where to mark the cutting. Now we get the cutting tool to cut out a little piece for you to work with. There you go. It should look something like this. So it can go under the car and you can glue it with super glue. Now when you put everything together, it should look like this. A splitter. Beautiful. Here I have a previous car where I done the same thing. Even put some little rods in there to keep it from flying off. Looks pretty amazing, doesn't it? Here's what the bottom looks like. I made this one out of a freaking card or something, out of cardboard. Before I switch to styrene. Now after gluing it and putting a little bit of paint touch up, this is what it looks like at the bottom from the top. Not bad, right? But it looks a little bit dull, so let's add more addy to it. As we proceed, we recycle little bits of styrene so we don't waste any of them. Here we'll make some side kind of spoiler kind of deal to it so we can give it some attitude. Here's a super glue I've been using to glue these little details. Not bad. Now the more complex part begins. We're going to use some paper clips to make those little strap bars to hold it in place, to give it some more detail into it. This one is really hardcore to put in there, but look, that's how it looks. Now after everything has been done, the real fun part begins. With most turbo cars, we gotta take it to the dyno, and here at Outlaw Customs, we will perform such thing.
Yeah,